Hello, and welcome to the workshop about applying for special services at home. Now, before we begin, I just wanted to provide some brief information about the workshop. The information that is being provided today is based on current information available to the public regarding special services at home application. This information is subject to change without our notice or even consent, and Surrey Place is not affiliated with any of these income support programs, and we do not play a role in the approval or denial of these supports. You can find a copy of the application online, or you can apply online, or even call 416-325-0500. The Special Services at Home (SSAH) program provides funding for families caring for a child with a physical and/or developmental disability. The funding can be used for caregiver relief, activities of personal growth, and development for the child in specialized camps and/or recreational programs. If the child is deemed eligible for SSAH, funding will be provided based on the availability of funds. The child may be placed on a wait list until funding becomes available. To apply for the SSAH program, you must be the child's parent or legal guardian with decision-making responsibility, and the child must be under age 18, have a written diagnosis of a developmental or physical disability from a physician, psychologist, or psychological associate, nurse practitioner, ophthalmologist, and/or audiologist. Be a resident of Ontario and legally entitled to live in Canada. For example, be a citizen landed immigrant, holder of minister's permit, or a refugee entitled to live in Canada. Live at home and not receive support from other residential services. Only one individual with decision-making responsibility for the child can apply for funding. Regional offices are responsible for the delivery of special services at home to children and their families. Regional offices are required to review applications and supporting information and respond to the unique situation of each child with a disability and his or her family within the context of the larger system. The amount of funding you receive depends on the type of amount of service your child needs, what other help is available in your community, and what kind of support you already receive. You will be asked to upload a copy of the child's written diagnosis of physical and/or developmental disability from a physician, psychologist, or psychological associate, nurse practitioner, ophthalmologist, and/or audiologist that includes a description of the disability, documentation of proof of immigration status or citizenship in Canada for the child, such as the child's birth certificate, certificate of Indian status, passport, or immigration document. Documentation of proof of residency in Ontario for the child, such as the child's school registration document, your valid Ontario driver's license, or your utility bill. To access Special Services at Home application, Go to the website and click the blue box Apply Online or type www.app.gov/NDIV/SSAH to your search bar. If you would like to get a paper application, please click Download a paper copy of the SSAH application or type https://www.app.gov/en.pdf to your search bar. When you're ready to apply to the Special Services at Home program, click Apply. This is for first time applying for the SSAH program. If you have already applied and would like to submit your application, or you would like to keep working on your drafted application, click Access Application. In the application, the first step, the application will ask if assistance with completing the application. This assistance could be a community agency, a healthcare professional, social worker, family or friends, or maybe other individuals who may be involved in the child's regular care and treatment. If you do have assistance, please click Yes and click Next. If not, and you are completing this application on your own, click No and hit Next. Next, you will be filling out the applicant information. As the applicant, you are either the parent or the legal guardian with decision-making responsibility for your child. Next, you're going to fill out your child's information. You're going to fill out your child's first name as well as their last name, your child's date of birth, and you will identify what your child's current lived gender identity is. You will also indicate if your child has the capacity to provide informed consent to the collection, use, and release of their own personal information and their health information. After you have completed, click Next. Next, we're going to fill out the alternate contact information. You can choose either a parent, guardian, family member, or a family friend to be an alternate contact. You will need to get their consent in order to collect, use, and release their personal information before you submit this application. If you would like to not use an alternate contact, click No and click Next. Next will be the administration of funding. This will be the person who will be responsible for receiving and managing the funds. You can choose either yourself as receiving and managing the funds or the agency that you are working with to receive and manage the funds. Once you've indicated this, click Next. Next to fill out in the application is the areas of support. You'll be filling out personal development support, supervision, behavior, personal care, and health and medical. Once you've completed all sections, click Next. Next section is behavior. This section is where you add behaviors of concern for your child, such as aggression, traumas, self-injury, and more. Under concerning behavior, indicate the behavior that requires assistance, then indicate how often your child requires assistance, and lastly, write additional comments to indicate the support needed for your child to complete activities of daily living or to keep your child and family safe. If your child has more than one behavior, click Add another behavior. If your child does not have any concerning behaviors, select Not applicable. Next step is supervision. You can indicate supervision supports required for your child in different settings such as home, community, and other. Then indicate how often your child requires assistance. This could be hourly, daily, weekly, or constant. And then last, you would add comments about the supervision and why it is required. If your child does not require supervision, you can click Not applicable. Next section is personal care. Add your child's personal care needs, for example, eating, dressing, bathing, and then add how often your child requires assistance. For example, once a day, several times per week, once a week, or several times per day. Lastly, fill out additional comments on what the personal care need is used for to support your child. If you would like to add more, click Add another personal care. If you would like to skip this section, click Not applicable. Next section is health and medical. You can describe your child's health and medical needs. For example, medication, catheterization, feeding tube, and more. Include the type of assistance needed and how often your child needs assistance. If your child does not have health and medical needs, select Not applicable and then click Next. Special Services at Home decision-making considers the unique needs of the family. Down below are the examples of special considerations that may affect your family's ability to support the child. Select the considerations that apply to your situation, and you can also add comments if needed. Once complete, click Next. Next, we will be talking about informal support networks. Special Services at Home decision-making considers the informal support that may be available to you and your child. The support can be from family members, volunteers, neighbors, friends, and more. Indicate if you have informal supports and then add comments as to who gives you and your child support. Once complete, click Next. Next, you will be providing supporting documents. You will be uploading documents such as the medical documentation, proof of immigration status or citizenship in Canada, and proof of residency in Ontario. When providing medical documentation, please provide a copy of your child's written diagnosis of physical and/or developmental disability from a physician, psychologist, or a psychological associate. For proof of immigration status or citizenship in Canada, please provide documentation of proof of immigration status or citizenship in Canada for your child. This could be your child's birth certificate, a certificate of Indian status, passport, or immigration documents. For proof of residency in Ontario, please provide documentation of residency in Ontario for your child. This could be your child's school registration document, or it could be your valid Ontario's driver's license, or even a utility bill. Once you've uploaded your documents, please review before submitting. After submitting your application, Allow 30 business days for processing. As you wait, create an account for MYDIRECTPLAN. MYDIRECTPLAN is a tool that can help you organize and submit any SSH expenses online. With MYDIRECTPLAN, you can submit your invoices directly to your regional office for approval, keep track of your funding budget, view used and remaining funds, and have your workers review and approve their hours online. Once you are approved to receive SSAH funding, you can self-administer your funding or choose an agency to administer your funding. If you choose to manage your SSAH funding, you must send your invoices for eligible services for reimbursement. You have two options. You can use the 2022-2023 invoices that you received with your SSAH 2022-2023 approval package, or complete the invoice template found on the SSAH website and email, fax, mail, or drop it off to your local regional office. To access that form, click https://FORM/EN/DATASET/EN/DATESET/ON00255. You can also submit your invoices electronically through MYDIRECTPLAN. The Ministry suggests submitting one invoice per month and sending a complete invoice. The Ministry cannot process invoices that are incomplete or missing required information. It is your responsibility to provide proof of purchase for services claimed in your invoices and confirm the eligibility of the expenses that you claim if required for auditing purposes. For example, receipts clearly identifying the items and/or services purchased, including hours of services for support worker expense claims. The other option that you can choose is having another agency administer your funding. MYDIRECTPLAN is a tool that can help you organize and submit SSAH expenses online. As a MYDIRECTPLAN user, you will also have access to the Ministry's mobile app, so you can manage your funding on the go and enjoy convenient features like being able to take photos of your receipt on your phone or tablet and attach it directly to your expenses. The MYDIRECTPLAN mobile app is available for download on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. To get started, all you need is your funding letter and go to www.mydirectplan.com and create an account. The step-by-step wizard will guide you through the process. If you have any questions or need assistance, contact email address support@mydirectplan.com or contact a toll-free number 1-844-637-6371. They are open from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eligible expenses for SSAH fundings are mainstream camp and recreation programs, specialized camp and recreation programs, advertising for recruitment of a special services worker, special services or a support worker to provide respite and/or personal development, travel costs associated with transporting special needs child for the worker, basic supplies to implement a program for the special needs child, for example, flashcards, membership fees for special needs association, for example, Special Olympics or Down Syndrome Association. Some more eligible expenses for SSAH funding are one-on-one support worker at camp or recreational program, training for a family member or worker that enhances the understanding of the child with a disability needs, extraordinary cost of childcare for children aged 12 and above, nursing for medically fragile children, routine homemaking tasks, light house cleaning, meal preparation, laundry, grass cutting, and snow removal, gym membership fees for the special needs child, and daycare and nursery school as respite or if recommended for socialization. The government has temporarily expanded the list of eligible expenses for families receiving support from the ACST program. These changes allow you to use funding for goods and services that may make it easier to stay at home and practice physical distancing. These new eligible expenses include sensory items, to support children and youth who rely on sensory items to alleviate anxiety and stress and support any clinical or behavioral plans. Technology, to provide children and youth the means and ability to stay safe, connected, occupied, and engaged at home, including in virtual and online learning and skill development activities. For example, laptops and tablets, webcams, and microphones. Items to support home-based recreation or fitness. These items can be home-based hobbies and activities that your child would otherwise access through day programs, schools, and other community-based programs. For example, arts and craft supplies, puzzles and games, or hobby supplies. Home-based physical activity and fitness. For example, indoor items and equipment, such as yoga mats, skipping rope, fitness and sports equipment, and supplies that you may use on your property, such as basketball net, trampoline, frisbee, badminton set. Personal protective supplies, so you, your children, or youth, and their support workers can be more safe at home and in the community. For example, gloves, masks, gowns, cleaning supplies, goggles, and face shields. Essential service delivery fees. If you are unable to leave your home for groceries or pharmacy needs because of the vulnerability of someone in your family or because of your care requirements, service delivery fees for essential items such as groceries and medication will be an admissible expense. This does not include the actual cost of the groceries or medication, just the service fee for delivery. Delivery fees for takeout food from restaurants are not included in this. Behavioral support plans and related interventions. These are intended to help you more safely support your child at home. For example, development of behavioral support plans and recommended interventions, delivery in person, remotely, or virtually, support strategies to reduce challenging behaviors or potential crisis situations. This does not include physiotherapy, occupational therapy, or speech therapy. Please remember that this may also be subject to change. Please look at the website for further information. Ineligible expenses, or things that are not covered under the SSAH funding, are tutoring and academic programs, camp fees for siblings, basic care, for example, clothing, food, diapers, or routine medical cost, one-time admission cost, for example, movies, amusement parks, or museums, regular child care fees for children under 12 years, fees and tuitions cost for education and employment, assistive devices, specialized equipment, home modifications, and dental services. Some more ineligible expenses for SSAH funding are one-on-one support in a school setting, professional services, junior and senior therapist, for example, intensive behavioral intervention, applied behavior analysis, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physiotherapy, sports equipment, and electronics, including phones, computers, and tablets. I wanted to go over a few last things before we wrap things up. Once approved for SSAH funding, please allow 30 business days from the date your completed invoice is received by the Ministry of Children, Community, and Social Services for payment to be deposited into your bank account. You can choose to administer your funding in two ways: self-administered funding or agency-administered funding. You can use the 2022 or 2023 invoice template and submit it by mail, email, fax, or drop it off to your local regional office, or you can submit your expenses claims by using MYDIRECTPLAN. Notify your local ministry regional office of any changes to your information so that they can keep your file updated. Please contact your special agreements officer if you are unsure if an expense is eligible for reimbursement. You can also contact your special agreement officer if you need to change your banking information, your name, and provide government-issued documents as proof of identity, and if you change your address. If you need additional support, you can register for one of our resource clinics at https://MYSURREYPLACE.ca/. Support in other languages can also be arranged.
Wellness Services at Surrey Place offers over 100 in-person and live virtual events each month. To register, please visit mysurreyplace.ca. View our calendar of events and go ahead and create an account for yourself so that you can register for the free events that are of interest for you. We also offer many additional recorded events and hundreds of resources that may be of interest to you. Recorded events and resources are also available to view for free at a time most convenient for you at surreyplace.ca/resources. We invite you to join the Family Connections group by visiting the Facebook group on your screen here. The link can also be found below in the description. We really hope that you enjoyed this free wellness event. Please take a moment to complete a brief survey by taking a picture of the QR code that you see here on your screen with your mobile device, or by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day. I hope you have found this workshop helpful. Take care.